This meeting is being.
A very good evening, everyone. Am I audible to all? Yeah, actually, I'm not able to see any one of your messages if you are messaging. So, okay. So did any one of you try to actually rotate this matrix with the inputs I gave? Yes, but couldn't solve. Okay. Others, what about you? Not tried. Okay. Cool. If nobody was able to do that, just a minute. Let's see how can we solve this particular problem. Okay, Vishnu, I hope you were able to do it. This is the matrix given to you, and the rotated matrix look like. And then it is of no use because you have to do without the use of an additional matrix or array. Okay, now let's notice that what are the changes being done here. You all can see that this first column is changing into your first row. Yes or no? Your first row is changing into your last column. Next is your last column is changing to your last row. Your first column changed to first row and your last column changed to last row. Let me just write it. First column changed to first row and your last column is changing to last row. Next is your last row is changing to your first column, correct? Hope you are able to get this. In case of rows, you can see that first row is changing to last column and last row is changing to first column, correct? You can clearly see that it is a kind of cycle which is being followed, like the numbers are being transferred from one place to another. Able to get this? All right. Now let's see the same example with 4 digits in a matrix, like the size 4 by 4. So for the size 4 by 4, you will be given this is your matrix, and for the rotation purpose, it will be converted to 13, 9, 5, and 1. Next it will be 14, 10, 6 and 2, 15, 11, 7 and 3. And the last will be 16, 12, 8 and 4. Correct? Again, if you will see, the same procedure is being followed. Your last column, the last row is changed to first column. Your first column is changed to first row. Your first row is changed to last column, and your last column is changed to your last row. Everyone, are you able to get this? But is this cycle enough for your rotation? Like, are these the only elements getting changed in this entire matrix? No. You can also see that internally also a cycle is being followed, right? You can see here 6 and 10, you can say refer to 6 and 10 as your first column. So it is changing to your first row. Then your first row is changing to your last column. Then your last column is changing to your last row. And your first column is your last row is changing to your first column. Everyone able to get this? Basically, in this particular problem, like in this particular matrix, two cycles are being followed. Yes or no? So for rotation purpose, how many cycles we need to have? You can see when your size was 3, like I'm assuming that it is a square matrix. So when your size was n cross n of a matrix and n was equals to 3, number of cycles were equal to 1. When your n cross n matrix, where n was equals to 4, number of cycles were equal to 2. So can you tell me that what will be the value if you can say your matrix is having the size 6 or your matrix is having the size 5? Half of the students from the class, you can just pick any random matrix of size 5, like n cross n, that is n equals to 5, and tell me what is the number of cycles there. And few students also pick n equals to 6 and tell me how many cycles will be there in it. Am I clear? Shekhar, you need to be sure and then you need to tell me. Have you actually wrote the matrix and find it out, or you are just randomly saying? Okay. Vaibhav, I am saying that I did this experiment for n equals to 3. I got number of cycles as 1. Okay. For n equals to 4, I got number of cycles as 2. Now I want you all to take n equals to 5 and tell me the number of cycles, and take n equals to 6 and tell me the number of cycles. Is it clear now? Vaibhav, 2 is the answer for what? Acha, okay. You're telling for 4, okay. Cool. So now all of you just quickly, okay, I got the answer for n equals to 6. Someone can cross verify it by telling their own answer. For n equals to 6, I'm getting it as 3. So now you all need to tell me for n equals to 5, and someone can confirm both the answers, like 2 or 3 students can give me the answer so I can confirm it. Okay, great. So I got the answer for 5 cross 5 as well. It is 2, and someone also confirmed that this for this also 3 is there. Now, can anyone give me any kind of observation here, any kind of observation you all are able to make regarding the cycles? Yeah, anyone? For one, basically, it is nothing but whatever your n is, number of cycle is n by 2. Correct. If your n was 3, not modulus, n by 2. So if it was 3, then you got 1 as your answer. If 4, you got 2 as your answer. If 5, again 2. And if 6, you got again, like 6 divided by 2, you got your answer as 3. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Great. Now let's proceed towards our logic. So you know that you have to run your first loop for the number of cycles. That means you need to perform all the number of cycles for your rotation. Yes or no? Yes. Correct. For 8 cross 8, it should be 4. So I'll just write here a for loop, which will start from, can anyone tell me? Okay. And it should go up to, your loop should go up to the number of cycles. Okay. So if you have been given n, how many times it should continue? It should continue up to n by 2, not n. I hope it is clear. Now next is you need to swap your values. Yesterday everyone was telling me that we need to swap the values, right? How to swap? You can just consider these, this, 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 and this value. Okay, so you can see that only these 4 are getting switched. Yes or no? Are you guys able to follow this? No, we are not assigning to a new array. So initially, you just copy this initial number to a temp variable. Okay, I will write here. Int temp is equals to your, I'm taking this as a matrix A, so A of 0, 0. Now, what should come in place of A of 0, 0? Can anyone tell me? 13. So now your A of 0, 0 should be equals to A of 3, 0. Thank you, Shekhar. Now this place is also again empty. Where it here what should come? 16, correct? Are you guys able to follow this? Good. So now in place of A of 3, 0, you should assign A of 3, 3, correct? And in place of A of 3, 3, what should come? A of 0, 3. Okay. And finally, in place of A of 0, 3, you should be storing your temp. Correct. Not 0, 0 because it is already filled now. So your value was stored in temp. So you assigned temp. Clear to everyone? It is just a game of swapping, yes or no? Okay. And similarly, the way we did this thing for 1 and the remaining corner elements, we will end up doing it for 2 as well, right? And similarly, every other element will be switched. Yes, no. Okay. So I was just trying to derive a general formula out of it. Let's just write here and we will know. You know that your inner loop is going to continue from where your I is continuing, that is 0. Yes or no? That is, if your first rows are being swapped, now you need to focus on your inner swaps. Vishnu, what I'm trying to say is, see, your first border is being swapped perfectly. Okay, your first cycle is done. Now you need to focus on your inner cycle. Yes. And that's the reason why I am assigning your j is equals to I. That is, if I is equals to 0, that means your first cycle is continuing. If I is equals to 1, your second cycle is getting continued. It makes sense now? Okay, then what's your question? What about the middle element? Which middle element are you talking about? You can see that middle element is not even getting swapped. 5 is in its own place. The only thing we need to worry about, what I'm trying to say is, if I is equals to 0, these entire numbers will be swapped, okay? 5 is not moving. 5 is in its own place. 5's location is not changing. Getting this? Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, you can ask your doubt.
So it is initially it was in row 2, 0th column, 5. Now
Row 2, 0th column. Which you're, I'm not talking
5.
about this 5. I'm
Sorry.
talking about this 5.
Okay, I was looking at 4x4 matrix.
No,
Somehow
I'm
your mouse doesn't show up where you are pointing. I don't know, it's just for me. But yeah, now could you please once again explain? You're explaining for 3x3. So 5 is
I
not
was
moving. Yes.
saying
Okay. Okay.
that if you're just a minute. See, this is your first cycle entire, okay?
Yeah.
If your I is equals to 0, these all the numbers will be in place if your first cycle is done, okay? Getting this?
Say that one more time.
What I was talking was, if your first cycle is done, that
Mhm.
means all the elements are there in their respective places,
Yeah.
correct? And for the next cycle, you need to focus on the inner elements.
Yeah.
Getting this?
Yes.
This indicates that you need to have your J where your cycle is. That is, if your cycle is 1, then your J and I both should be pointing to 1, 1 here.
Yeah.
Not that your J is starting from 0 and your I is starting from 1. Getting this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I allocated J equals to I. Clear?
Uh, Madam, I have still one doubt. Is what about, like you are explaining about 0, 0 is moving to 3, 0. What about A10 or A01? They are also moving. We are not considering that into temp variable like that.
But A10 and A01 are not our concerns right now. We are just moving the corner elements for the first swap. Okay.
Oh,
I'm talking about the first swap. I was just showing you all that how
mhm.
the elements are moving while we are rotating. Okay.
Okay.
As soon as first these four are elements are moved, then we will focus on the next elements. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Okay. Fine. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay. And you know that you need to continue till this border. Okay. That is, if your I is equals to 0, okay, then you should go till n minus 1. But if your I is 1, then you should go till n minus 2. If your I is, just a minute. Those who are not able to follow this particular thing, they can just unmute and ask. What I'm trying to say, see, this is your first box. Okay. In this first box, you are rotating elements from this 0th index till this n minus 1th index. Once this first cycle is done, you need to focus on your inner cycle. And that's where your cycle will continue from first index till n minus 2. If there is an inner cycle once again, let's suppose, then in that case, what will happen? Your cycle will start from 2 and it will continue till n minus 3. Are you guys able to follow this? That we are one by one excluding the columns, and hence that gives us a formula. Just a minute. Correct. And that's because the entire circle is getting rotated. Okay. And that's why the I value is increasing. And from the column side, it is decreasing. So here the limiting condition will be n minus I minus 1. Okay. As the row is one by one increasing, accordingly, the column is decreasing. I hope it is clear to everyone. Great. Now here itself, you can just write your int temp is equals to a of 0, 0 is nothing but you can write here a of ij, correct? Your I is also 0 initially, j is also 0 initially. So a of ij, correct?
Ma'am, I have one small doubt here.
Mm-hmm.
I know this, I have tried this example and it works n minus I minus 1. Uh, like, how do you come to this conclusion that n minus I minus 1?
Okay, see, I told you right now that once you are completing your entire cycle, you are
Yeah,
leaving one column behind, right?
right,
And again, if you complete one more like cycle, then again you are leaving one column behind. That is one by one, it is decreasing, correct?
right.
So uh, that is what I want to say, that as your cycle is increasing, your, what I can say, the column values are decreasing, okay?
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah,
So here you can see that linearly your cycles are increasing. That is I is once 0, then 1, then 2, then 3.
yeah,
And accordingly, your column is also decreasing.
yeah,
That's why I put this variable I into this formula.
yeah,
You have this idea, right? That one by one, the columns are decreasing and one
yeah.
by one cycle is increasing. So why not just integrate both of them? Clear?
So number of cycles are increasing and columns are also decreasing.
Columns
That's
are decreasing, correct. That's why it is minus.
got
Got it?
it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Now you know that in place of A of ij, that is 0, 0, you all said that the bottom left element should come, right? Yeah, you can take it in this way as well. That is j is less than n minus I. It works. You can see here what we wrote. Sorry, not ij. In place of ij, what you are placing? 3 and 0. 3 is nothing but, again, n minus I minus 1, correct? Are you all getting this?
No, could you repeat it again? Aij is equal to a.
What is your 3? 3 is your like last most element here. You can say that it is n minus 1 only, right?
I'm not
Here,
seeing your cursor where
and
you're pointing.
this, are you
Yeah.
able to
Okay.
see?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. 3.
3, you are able to see. So
Yes.
3, we can say that 3 is nothing but n minus 1, right? In case
Yeah.
of if n is 4.
Yes, yes,
But when the cycle rotates, we need to keep track of your like the changing numbers as well, right?
yes.
That now it is 3, but it can be 2 further. So here I
Yeah.
am writing it in variable form, n minus I minus 1. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And instead of 0, what I can write here?
I.
J.
A of J. A of J.
Okay, yeah,
Correct.
JJ.
The next comes your 3, 3. Okay, so here what instead of in place of n minus I and j, I can write here n minus I minus 1 and n minus j minus 1. Clear? I'm just doing accordingly. And here n minus I minus 1 and n minus j minus 1. You can write here a of I, and here you can write your n minus j minus 1. And at the end, you can write a of I and n minus j minus 1 is equals to your temp. I just wrote the same things like 3, 0 and all in form of n, j and I. Anyone is in doubt so far? If anyone is having any questions, you can just unmute and ask.
The the third one, the third condition, n minus I minus 1,
Yeah,
n minus
if
j minus 1. Just wanted to know how it is coming.
third line, okay.
Yeah,
N minus I minus 1 and j, right?
that is fine. Next one.
Which one are you? Okay, let me just point it out. This one?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, does anyone in the class is also facing the same issue that you're not able to see my cursor?
Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of that. Yeah, so what's the doubt? Can you tell me?
Yeah, how we assign that one to the AI of n minus j minus 1? How we are assigning
Okay.
assignment part?
Did you understood this?
Yeah, that is fine.
How did you understood this? Like, why is this correct?
As column is decreasing, though, so j value will come here. Sorry, j n minus I minus 1, and j value will be constant. So I value will be changed on. That's all.
Okay. So basically you're saying that the left, like bottom leftmost element is coming to the top leftmost element, right?
Yeah.
Let me write here. What is happening here?
Now we are assigning the previous value.
That is the bottom leftmost element is being assigned to. See, first thing what you did, I'll just point out here. The value was here and you moved it to here, correct? This is what happened here,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Now your value is here and you're moving it to here, correct?
Right. Yes.
That is, you have written here that a of n minus I, whatever. This is the indexing of your bottom leftmost element and you're assigning it to the rightmost element, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you understood this, correct?
Yeah.
Now you are assigning your bottom rightmost element to this element. Are you able to
Okay.
follow this?
Yeah.
And that's why here I have written I and n minus j minus 1.
No.
Now this spot will be empty and whatever you stored in the temp, right? Here you stored this value in the temp. So that will be stored back to this value and all the 4. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes, guys, any questions further or any problem in understanding this? See, I just told you this particular problem, like this particular solution, because in the interview, an interviewer can ask you to actually rotate your matrix, okay? Not just print the rotated matrix. But in case if you guys are being asked, okay, you need to print a rotated matrix, apply the simple logic and do whatever we did yesterday. You remembered our previous solution, right? Where we just found the mapping and we did it, right? You can see this.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably this.
just AJI like that.
Correct. So do that when interview asks you to print. But if they forces that you have to change your matrix to a rotated matrix, then go for this logic, okay? And first try to explain them what you are thinking and then move towards the logic. Okay, I hope everyone is clear. Great. Anyone still having any questions? I'm giving you 2 minutes of time to say it out. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next. Today is the last class for the matrix as well. And if possible, I will have a practical session again so that you guys can solve the questions on arrays and matrix. And if any doubt, you can just clarify in that session. So, and I guess mathematics questions I covered most of them. So I won't be having the class for mathematics until you guys want the classes for mathematics. Yes, does anyone here who wants the class for mathematics, like the basics of maths? Yeah, you all have the chance to say.
No, you can give some homework to test
That is
whatever.
like the homework is not needed as of now because you all have so many questions of maths on the HackerRank platform and you can just go through them, solve them. Any doubts you can just ping. So it's not an issue. Okay. Yes, guys. So does anyone want me to discuss the basic maths question in the class more? I can have more questions, but if you want me to proceed further in the course, then I'll do that also. No need. Okay. I got 2. No need. Please proceed. Okay. Okay. Great. We'll just similar to this clockwise rotation. There is one more question on. Okay. Please explain. Okay. I'll pick few questions on maths one day and I'll just finish it off. Okay. Sudhir, there is one more questions like the clockwise rotation. There is one anti-clockwise rotation question. You all can go and find how you can do it. Clockwise is explained, so you can easily do the anti-clockwise. Is it clear to everyone? Great. Our next question is, or it is known as symmetric matrix. Yeah, sure, Richa. You all can put your point forward. Why you are waiting for others to put their points forward? You can just say what you want, okay? Symmetric matrix is nothing but you have been given the size of the matrix. Let's suppose I'm giving you, this is your n number of rows, this is your m, and the matrix given to you is 3, 4, and sorry, 4, 3, and 3, 4. A symmetric matrix is a matrix if the matrix itself and its transpose. If I find its transpose, I'll get here 4, 3 and 3, 4 again, right? So if the original matrix and the transpose of the matrix are same, then that matrix is a symmetric matrix, okay? I'll give you one more example. N and M are given as 3, 3, and your matrix is if you try to find its transpose, you will get here. So are these both similar?
I have one question. When you did for 4, 3, and I'm transposing, the first column becomes first row, then it should be 3, 4 in the first row.
A first row becomes first column, right? Like 1, 10, 3, so 1, 10, 3, 7, 8, 4, so 7, 8, 4, 1, 10, 4, 1, 10, 4.
No, 1 second. For the 2 cross 2 matrix, I'm not clear. So first row becomes first column.
4, 3, 4, 3, 3,
Oh,
4, 3, 4.
now I'm clear. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So in this, they both are not equal. So this is non-symmetric. So you guys know how to find the transpose. You guys know how to match the matrices. Obviously, you need to check one by one. Okay. If first element A of 0, 0, I'm just writing a normal way, is equals to B of 0, 0. And similarly, you need to find them. And at the end, if all the elements are equal, then it is a symmetric matrix. Clear to everyone? Or any discussion is needed in this? Does anyone wants explanation in this particular question? More explanation, I'll say. Any better way? That if you will tell me, that will be better, okay? How you can do it in a better way, that will be great. Shekhar, you can't directly do it that A of ij is not equals to A of ji. And like you can try doing it, and if you'll find it, it will be better. What once again, Vishnu?
So actually, I was taking down what you're writing. So what we have to do is in symmetry, just compare like a whatever is the ij column with the other element, or we.
No, you need to find the transpose. This is transpose,
Okay.
and this is your original matrix.
Okay.
After finding out the transpose, you need to check if your original matrix is equal to the transpose. If both of them are equal, then it is a symmetric matrix. Otherwise, it is not. Clear?
Now I'm clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm clear.
Bhuvnesh, it will be great if you try to find a better way and tell me as well, okay? So you guys, all of you, you can try that. There is one more question, or I'm just giving you the questions now, which are like quite simple, and you have been given a matrix. And In this particular matrix, you need to find odd sum. Odd sum in the sense you need to iterate on the board. Okay, let me make this matrix a little big. That will be better. You need to iterate on the border of the matrix. That is, this is your border. This is your border. This is your border. And this part is your border. So on the border, you need to find the elements which are odd, and you need to find the sum of all the odd elements. Sum of all odd elements lying only on the border. Clear? You need not consider these inner elements. You need not consider these. This is the question. Clear? Is everyone clear with the question?
So after adding all the sums, what I have to do?
You need to return the sum. Like that is the purpose of the question. You need to return the sum.
So in all, there'll be 8 elements that I'm adding. Because
You're
one,
not adding. Okay, you find out. Okay. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 are there, right?
no, how come 5 is the,
Odd,
okay.
right?
No. But 9, how come 9 you have picked up? Because it will be 2, 2, 0.
I didn't get you. I'm saying the numbers are odd. I'm not talking about their
No.
indexes.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay.
Okay, the numbers are odd. You need to sum them up and you need to return the sum. Similar to this odd sum, there can be even sum as well. In that, just one condition changes, that the numbers are even, then you need to add them. How many of you are confident that you can solve this particular question? And how many of you want me to write the code for this? These are some really simple questions. I'm just doing it for your own practice because I'm just ending this matrix. Okay, I can do it. We'll try. Great. You all can take the screenshot of it. Great, great, great. If you are not able to try it, you can just tell me that, ma'am, we were not able to do this. I'll discuss this. Okay. Great. Did everyone took the screenshot? I can change the screen now. All right. Similar to this, you have been given a matrix. You all know what are prime numbers? I guess most of you know that. So in this given matrix, this question is a little bit easy for you. You need to find if a number is prime or not. If a number is prime, then you need to add it to your sum and return the sum value. Okay, this particular question is known as prime check matrix. Clear? And similarly, there is one more non-prime check matrix where all the numbers which are non-prime, you need to sum them up and return the result. Clear, guys? Okay. Sum of all prime numbers which are present in the matrix. Okay, Bhuvnesh?
How do I know that whether the answer that I returned is correct or not?
Uh, that will be checked according to the question given. Okay, these are few questions which I just remembered and I am just like telling you all. So if you're finding these questions on any of the platform, you can just write your code and check it. And I'll just let my team to like add these questions to the HackerRank platform itself. Okay, clear?
Okay, yeah, got it.
Great. Any doubts in this question, guys? Or any questions? All right, if no questions, I'll just give you one tough question for your thinking. This is known as spiral traversal of a matrix. You have been given a matrix. I'm taking the same numbers. Spiral traversal indicates that you are traversing in the matrix in the form. You traversed this particular row first, then you are traversing the column, last column, then you are traversing the last row. You are traversing first column. You go, you are traversing second row, last second column, then this, and then like I guess it is finished. So here it will finish off. Are you guys getting this? If it would have been a 3x3 matrix, like its answer should come as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 15, 14, 13, 9, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 10. Clear to everyone? I'm taking a 3x3 example. Its traversal will be like, yeah, going from there. Okay, guys, no comments. Are you all shocked? This is difficult. Yeah, I know this is difficult. And that's why it's the final question of the matrix, which I'm giving you all for your brainstorming. You can just figure out the solution of this. Otherwise, I will discuss this, okay? Great. You can take the screenshot of this. You can find this in most of the coding platforms as well, because spiral traversal of a matrix is quite a famous question. So yeah. All right. So I guess that's it for today's session.
What is multiplication of matrix? It's just
Multiplication of the matrix. Okay. Actually, it's not that much significant question and I have not seen it anywhere, but if you want, I'll discuss it once in the class, okay?
yeah.
It's quite. And okay, I won't discuss that today. I wanted to discuss about about sub arrays, but that will be transferred on to the next session. No issues. Okay, guys, that's it for today's session. If any questions, you can just ask, or else we will meet tomorrow. Any questions?